Hello everyone, welcome back to Hero 3D Art Gaming. Today is Theme Park Thursday and we're continuing our playthrough of Planet Zoo. Now you're probably wondering, what happened to this guy's beautiful entrance? Well, it just wasn't up to par with my creativity. Now, I always say I'm not that creative, but I am a 3D artist, so I have to be creative. The zoo entrance I made just wasn't up to it, in my opinion. I just didn't like it. So I completely, I took all my animals, I've either sold them for credits, conservation credits, or they're in my storage. And I just removed absolutely everything that I made, really. Because also the, enclosures were quite boring as well. I want to be creative with it. I want to, have wavy paths and wavy enclosures and things like that. Because, 9 times out of 10 my enclosures are squared. Because I'm just lazy. Because I'm making this content, I want it to be exciting, I want it to be interesting, I want it to be engaging. So yeah, this is where we're going with it. I'm starting a brand new build, but we're in the same zoo. I've not changed the zoo or anything like that, even though I did think of it. I thought that maybe, doing another zoo with greener grass and stuff like that would be better, but I stuck with the same zoo. It saves, time letting the game run whilst I got these bat exhibits and butterfly exhibits building up money. So by here I was going through all the different possible looks that I wanted. I went through the rustic stuff, the dry stone stuff. I like the dry stone because it's got that edging pattern to it. Like it is actually really nice, but it's very dark, and I don't want it to be dark. I want it to be quite nice, so that's why I've gone with the twilight brick walls for this project. As you can see in the title, the project is going to be Medieval Castle. I mean, a zoo named Dragon's Heart deserves a castle. I don't know what other way I could possibly, justify it. It's going to be a very fun build. It's very different as well, because I don't think I've seen anyone make a castle in Planet Zoo before. I could be completely wrong, and one of the top content creators for Planet Zoo has actually made a medieval castle, but personally I've never seen it myself. So if anyone has seen someone make a medieval castle, then of course please feel free to put a link below in the comments and I'll happily check it out. Maybe there's something I could replicate and put my own twist onto it. So now I'm just trying to, plan out how I want my castle walls to look. Because I don't want it to look too bare or too basic. These will be the battlements. I mean, you really can't have a castle without the battlements. The battlements, in my opinion, makes it a castle. Now, this part here was quite difficult, trying to line everything up. But I figured, you know, you're not going to be spending a lot of time staring at this thing, so, you know, I done it to my best abilities, and I tried to make it work. Can if Frontier's watching this, could you possibly add something to make it that the rounded walls a little bit easier to work on or build upon? That would be amazing. This was quite a difficult task as well. Finding, you know, medieval styled roof that I like. So I was, you know, just putting all different kinds of roofs out there, just to look at, you know, what I can compare, what I'm gonna like and stuff like that. I had thoughts with that one, but I think that's the metal one. Copper one, no. Now this one is the one I liked. This one be here. No, this is just adding the detail to the castle wall. Now, again, Frontier, if you're watching, why does none of your you know, medieval style, your Twilight wall lights work? Because that's what I was looking for with this. It's a medieval castle. It needed a bit of medieval flame torch type of lighting to it. And honestly, I just couldn't find any of them that worked. Anything lit up. Because that's what I was going to line the wall with, was the flame torches. But, yeah, like I said, they just don't have that option there. If there is an option, please, you know, let me know in the comments, and I'll, you know, go back and change this. It was quite annoying because, you know, when you spend so long on something, you want it to be perfected. But as it was, this just wasn't being perfected, in my opinion, because of the flame torches. So by here, I'm just, you, you have that little part on the outside of the castle wall. I'm not sure what it's called. But yeah, that's what I'm making by here. Now, I was a little bit silly with this because I should have the first one, duplicated it and brought it down, and then duplicated the two right across. But I only done the top of it for some reason. And I do go back and do the bottom of it. But here's a nice little flower bed. Although I don't put any flowers on it. But, it's just there for if I decide to put flowers there or, something like that. Now I was trying to find a nice little type of fence to go with it, and I've gone with the the European styled one. I decided to delete these ones, but yeah, the ones I've selected, because I feel like there's too many, and now to me that looks a lot better like this. Now I have built this castle twice and completely messed it up. This is the second time building it. The first time I completely threw the grid out of whack and nothing was lining up the way it should have been. But yeah, this is what I mean by, flame torches and things like that not fully working. Or the ones that did work just didn't suit what I wanted. But this looked quite not medieval, but antique worthy. So that's what I went with. Now choosing windows for my castle. This is where position snap comes in real handy, because you don't have to line anything up. You just, put it where you want it and click, and it's done. And now we've got the gates. And these ones are open. We're going back to the windows again. See, this is the thing with creativity. It's always, you put one thing in there, and then you move on to the next part, and then you come back to the old part to keep working on it. At least it is for me anyway. Here we go, the castle wall is pretty much complete. Now we're just closing up the little bits, pieces of it. Now, you're going to see why I put the extra small piece. By here, I've, you know, lined up bits and pieces of pavement. Again, so I could get an idea of what I'm going to like, and I ended up liking this one. Now, I went ahead and done all this with a plan to have the ability for guests to go up onto this pavement, so they can, you know, look out into the castle, look out into the zoo and things like that. But yeah, I just didn't end up doing it for some reason. But yeah, I've done the 1 meter wall piece, so that when I line up the path to the grid of the construction, it's so that I could have that 1 meter of the wall above the path. On the first build of it I did, it just wasn't, the path wasn't lining up until I put that 1 meter piece on. So yeah, that's what I did with this castle. I've decided, you know, I'm going to open up this bit here a little bit more. In here is where the entrance is going to be. Like, you're going to see the I'm not sure what they're called. Ticket booths. You know, the part where you walk through and the gate opens to let you into the zoo. That's where they're going to be, is in the side these little arches. Yeah, so I'm just, you know, filling in all the small bits and pieces, trying to make it look good. I decided I didn't like that the 1 meter wall pieces by here left a, you know, an indent on the walls. So it was a painful task of going back through it to raise these square pieces by here. The floor pieces, or foundation pieces. So, and then here, you know, I'm working on the little keep in the middle, and this is going to act as the spawn point for the guest. So, working on those rounded pieces again. Instead of, you know, going back through all the rounded pieces again, I just did the one and then duplicated them. Now just setting up the pavement. So this is the keep done, and now I'm trying to find a door to go onto the wall. And I ended up liking, I think it was one of the first ones, I believe. Yeah, this one. I did the two, and then the one in the middle, because I found it easier to line them up. A lot easier. Now, I know the inside of the castle wall is quite boring. You know, when I've gone ahead and I've worked on the one piece, on the outside piece, to make it look really cool and everything like that. But the thing is, I've never actually seen the inside of a castle. Like where I'm from in Wales, there's really not much to look at when it comes to castles, because, well, here's the thing: if you want to see a castle in Wales, or where I'm from, don't actually go to the castle. Look at the houses that are around the castle, because that's where the castle is now. They, throughout time, they took stones and things like that from the castle to build houses. So yeah, there's really nothing left of a castle to actually look at. I mean, they've left some resemblance of a castle, but it's not a lot. So be here I made patterns, the gaps that I've left, and the, like this gap by here, this is for planned water features. Now, to make this a water feature, it's a bit of a pain, because there are times where I can get the water level with the top of the barrier, and there's other times that I can't. And this is one of those times where I can't. And I can't remember what it is that I have to do to get it to line with the top of the barrier. So yeah, it gets really annoying. So I pretty much tried everything to get this water to line with the top of it. Eventually, like by here, I'm, you know, putting an indentation to the ground, just to try and get, you know, get this water leveled, and there's really nothing that I can do. The hard thing about it as well is once the water's in, you can't move that barrier. You can't change the height of it. You can't move one of the barrier posts or anything like that. Once the water's in, it's a more of a final thing done, if that makes sense. So this is how I decided to finish it up. Really speaking, I could have put an animal in these, but couldn't think of what animal to put in. So for now, the castle is finished, but I do, you know, I will work on it more while I'm doing other things as well. The thing with me is, when I make something, in a couple of days I will have ideas on how to improve it, and I'll go back to it. So for now, the castle is done, but I will go back to it in future, and you know, make it look a bit better, and add a couple more things to it. By here, I'm working on the moat, because I don't think I've ever seen a castle without a moat before. Now we're making the bridge that goes over the moat. Again, on the first build, I tried making I'm trying to think of the name now. The bridge, door, gate thing that castles have that go over the moat. I tried to make one of those, but it just wasn't working out for me, so I've just gone with the path being the bridge. It was going to have to be the bridge anyway, but yeah, you know, I had to work with what I had to work with. Now I do end up finding that these path bridges are a little bit too high But this one, I tried to get it as low as possible. And I think this was it, the lowest? No? Yeah. This was the lowest I could possibly get. The bridges to be. It's a really weird thing. You can't have any of the bottom of the path in the water. And it's quite annoying because with a lot of my builds, when I'm doing stuff for alligators and crocodiles, I have the path hang over the water with a natural barrier around the path to stop the crocodiles getting to the guest and stuff like that. It's really hard to get it done because of how low I like to get it and how high the game makes me do it. If you'd like to see me build a crocodile enclosure with that type of path layout, leave a comment down below, and I'll be more than happy to go ahead and make something like that. It won't be for this zoo because I have a set out idea for the type of animals I'm going to go for this. But maybe I can do it in sandbox mode or in a new franchise mode zoo. Again, leave in the comments below. Would you rather it be a franchise zoo or a sandbox zoo? So now I'm just decorating the water features with lilies and lotus. And water jets. Yeah, that's the castle entrance. I know a lot of people, mostly new players, are probably going to be thinking, yeah, but this castle takes up a huge chunk of land. But the thing is, you don't really get to use all of the land without the game crashing. I'm telling you, I've got the RTX 5080. And I could only use about 60% of the land before the game crashes or starts crashing, and around about 75% when it's fully crashing. So yeah, this is the castle, all well, mostly finished. I'm just, filling in some short grass to hide some of the grass poking through the foundation pieces. But yeah, I will continue, adding bits and pieces to it. But for now, park is closed. Quite literally in game as well. But yeah, please join me next time. Hit the like and the subscribe buttons, and again, leave me a comment in the comment section, and I'll be more than happy to read them and reply to them. And yeah, I will see you in the next one. Goodbye.